Welcome into Toast of Film. Today is the day of the Oscars, and I just want to come in here and do a nice little bonus. It's a big night for movies, so I was kind of feeling like coming in and talk about some things because today we will have reviews for Last Breath, new theatrical release of the week, My Dead Friend Zoe, new theatrical release, A Sloth Story, new theatrical release, as well as Mr. Snail's pick of the week, which was Invaders from Proxima B, available on Tubi. So, guys, it's the Oscars Eve. It's very early, so I am just toasting. I got a Red Bull Spring Edition. This is the grapefruit and blossom. I don't really taste the blossom, but I do get a nice amount of the grapefruit. And if you're into grapefruit, I think you'll like it. If you're not, then I'm not sure. But I'm a big grapefruit guy, so it gets the Soul Proof from Evo. Like I said, today's the Oscars. Make sure you check out my episode. I did a special bonus where I went through and said, not trying to predict because who knows what these jokers at the Academy are going to do, but I said who I feel based on watching all the nominees should win. And, I'm hoping for a big night for Nora, hoping for a big night for The Substance, hoping for a big night for Flo, the Wild Robot, and of course, my man Coleman Domingo. Tough competition, but hoping. Maybe some stuff for Wicked, Nosferatu. But that's for later tonight. Let's get into the reviews. And we're starting out with Last Breath. So this is from director Alec Parkinson. He also did the 2019 documentary, which this movie, it is inspired, however you want to say it, on the true events of diver Chris Lemons, who had his cord severed and was trapped 330 feet undersea with no heat, no light, and only 5 minutes of oxygen. And it was a rescue mission. Basically, these guys, they are down there, cleaning and repairing all these lines that from these underwater things that basically, help get energy, heat, all that kind of stuff to the surrounding areas. They're in the North Sea, very rough conditions. And I mean, very good cast. We got Finn Cole as the, aforementioned Chris Lemons. Woody Harrelson is Duncan Alec. Simu Liu is Dave Yuasa. And, I had to give a shout out to my boy Cliff Curtis. He's a Captain Andre Jensen. I love old Cliff Curtis. But basically, they're out, routine thing, no big deal. And they're down there, and then the seas just get too bad. Big storm, big waves, swells, knocks off, the automation. All kinds of like computer things are great when they work. When they don't, oof. And, he gets severed, and so he's trapped in the dark, 330 feet down, and only 5 minutes of oxygen. And this movie, one thing I did not expect, I didn't expect the setup because I expected them to get to the sever quicker. But no, they give you like a good 40, 45 minutes of learning these characters, understanding these characters. And I think that's because, Alex Parkinson, he did the documentary on this, and now he's doing a film. So he really wanted you to feel for this guy, for old Chris Lemons. And it's a nice little drama. It does get your heart pumping a little when old buddy, goes down because, man, I don't know what I could do. And, some good performances. Woody Harrelson's good. Simu Liu is great. Cliff Curtis, like I said, I got to shout out my dude. But and Finn Cole, is the lead. He does a lot as a lead. It gets to an interesting point when he's severed in the dark, trying to get out. I was expecting maybe them to throw in like a jump scare or two, but I think Alex Parkinson, he just wanted to make this a good drama, telling this story, getting his story out there. I think it is a good little drama. I don't know if you necessarily have to go to the theater. There's nothing about this film that makes it where, oh man, you got to see it in the theater for this reason. But, I love theater. So I always say check it out in theaters if you can. Last Breath, I'm going to give a 3.4 out of 5. I enjoyed it and I think you should check it out in theaters now. Next up, we got My Dead Friend Zoe. So this is from writer director Kyle Houseman Stokes, and it's based on his own experiences being ex-military. And we have Sonequa Martin Green as Merritt. And basically, we're introduced to Merritt. She's going through some things, and she can see her dead friend Zoe. And Zoe's played by the great Natalie Morales. And, she sees this ghost, apparition, whatever you want to call it. And she's just dealing with the loss of her friend. And we got Ed Harris plays her grandfather. Morgan Freeman plays like the leader of this group therapy. And big shout out to Utkarsh Ambedkar playing Alex. He was very good in this movie. He's kind of a comedic relief / love interest for this because, these are kind of heavier themes. And I think this movie is very good. I think it's a good drama. I think all the performances are good, especially our lead as Merritt. I think she's very good. A couple of side characters let you down, but the drama is very good. It's heavy at points, but never gets super heavy. It's filmed with a lot of respect. That's probably from Kyle's, since he's doing this from his own experiences. And it's about loss, it's about love, it's about friendship, it's about all kinds of things. I think My Dead Friend Zoe is a good time. It's a little heavy, it's a little sad, but I do think it's a good time. The credits I could have done without, but hey, what have you? Good movie. My Dead Friend Zoe, I'll give it a 3.2 out of 5. Only there's a couple of things he could have tightened up, but I think he did good for this film. Next up, okay, this is such a dumb little movie. It's called Two Titles. So when I went and saw it, it's called A Sloth Story, but I've seen online it's also called The Sloth Lane. So basically, you have a family of sloths. You got some good voices like Leslie Jones, Remy Hill, Olivia Vasquez. This is from Tanya Vincent and Richard Cuso. So big storm happens. You got these little sloths, and big storm happens, destroys their, taco restaurant. And then Laura and her family, they move to the big city. They open a food truck, and they're trying to make, a business out of this food truck in the big city. What was interesting about this, so it's sloths, but this was made in Australia. And so, like, you got a lot of kangaroos, you got a kiwi, you got freaking capybaras. Like, it's a very interesting mix of animals. I'm pretty sure they're capybaras. They might have been wombats, but judging from the snout, they look like capybaras to me. But this movie, the animation is interesting. The voice acting I thought was very good. I think the movie's very fun. It's definitely geared for kids, but I had a good time with it. And it's one of those things, you watch this movie and I've definitely seen better in my life, but it was just me in the theater. I think it's sweet. I had a good time with it. I'm going to give a Sloth Story 3.5 out of 5 cheers. I enjoyed it. All right. Now we're at Mr. Snail's pick of the week. So this is Invaders from Proxima B. So this is from Ward Roberts, who wrote this. He directed this. He's the lead character, Howie Jenkins, in this. He's also the voice of the puppet Chuck in this. He's been in different things. He was like in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He was in Westworld. So he's done some things. And the Scary the puppet, he is what Chuck in this is. And it was originally Basically, they took it and Tom Devlin added like moving eyes, limbs, different things to make it where it could be in this feature film. Let me tell you, some bad acting in this movie. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. However, I will say the animation in this movie I adored. It's in the beginning, it's towards the middle. I adored the animation. It's very geared towards small children. It's very goofy, very dumb, but it has its moments. I liked it to an extent. I had some fun with it. It's very, like I said, it's very bad acting. But the animation's good, and I mean, it's made for kids. It's cute, whatever. I'm gonna be generous because, like I said, I love that animation they did throughout the film. So I'm gonna give it a 2.9 out of 5 cheers. I can't give it the 3 out of 5, passing, but I had a good time with it. Look, all these movies, none of them are exceptional, but I enjoyed them. So feeling kind today. This is my last episode while I'm 35. I'm doing a bonus this Wednesday where it's my 36th birthday episode. So make sure to check that out. Me and Trey will have reviews for Mickey 17 this upcoming weekend. We got good stuff coming. I'm also going to do a video. I redid the recording studio. So I'm going to have a video of that. Stay tuned. But before we get out of here, we got to talk about Mr. Snail's Pick of the Week. So we have to do a new one. If you are new to this, basically I have a D20 and I have 20 options. I roll it. Whatever it is, that's what we'll watch in 2 weeks. We do Mr. Snail's Pick of the Week every 2 weeks. Gives me something to look forward to. Hopefully gives y'all something to look forward to. Maybe it gives us both something new to watch that we haven't seen before. But this week's choices, we have Electric Dreams, Idiocracy, Stephen King's Tommyknockers, Kneecap, Chomping the Girls, Random Double Feature, and then Ebo's Double Feature, so I get to choose, Murder Party, Nothing But Trouble, The Unexpected Race, 1941, The Amazing Bulk, Ernest and Celestine, A Trip to Jabarita, UHF, Grafted, Horizon, American Saga, Ebo's Choice, just one movie, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, Fire and Ice, Pride and Prejudice. So we got the dice. Let's see what we got. 11. Okay, so this is 1941. This is a comedy from Steven Spielberg. It's got John Belushi in it. Unfortunately, this is one of the pay options. I try and have like Tubi and other streaming on here, so it's accessible to people. This one is a pay, but maybe you have it. I actually added this to the list because I was at Second Charles and they had a copy and I've never seen it. And I love Steven Spielberg. So 1941, check it out. Come back in 2 weeks. We'll have a review for that. But, like I said, we got an episode coming this Wednesday, March 5th. Your boy will turn 36. And then upcoming this weekend, we'll have an episode where we'll have review for Mickey 17, plus some other things. Stay tuned for that. I'll try and get a video of the recording studio, let y'all see our wonderful high, state of the art recording studio. Got that video coming soon. And like I said, the Oscars is tonight. Hopefully, Anora, The Substance, Wicked, Nosferatu, Coleman Domingo. Hopefully, we get some good views. Flow, Wild Robot. Hopefully, we get some good winners. I don't really want Amelia Perez or The Brutalist to win anything. They're not. Brutalist is just too much bourgeois schmoozwa, and Amelia Perez, quite frankly, isn't up to the standard of Oscar-capable films. Also, Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice, embarrassing that was a nominee. But, I gotta say, I'm interested to see what the winner for Best Film is tonight. I gotta say, I looked at the past 20 years of Oscar Best Picture winners. And to me, in this order, these are the 5 best. Getting out a mini list as we're getting out of here. So number 5, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I never would have expected this to win Best Picture. It's a good movie. It's a silly movie, and I was very surprised for this to get Best Picture. Number 4, The Departed. I may hate Martin Scorsese for the most part. I think a lot of his movies are drab, like The Irishman. Irishman, piece of garbage film. But The Departed, that's a good film. Number 3, Shape of Water, a creature feature, but from Guillermo del Toro winning Best Picture. I think that's exceptional. Oppenheimer, exceptional movie. Old Christopher Nolan slowly winning me over. Trey couldn't be happier. But number 1, the best picture, best film of the past 20 years, so 2005 to now, that I think is The Artist. The Artist, Jean Valjean. I had completely butchered that. I've told y'all words are hard, but The Artist is a silent picture. It's black and white. One of the most incredible movies I've ever seen. So check out The Artist if you haven't. But I'll get out of here. We got the Oscars coming out tonight. And if you want to let us know what you think, maybe you want to let us know your Oscar picks, make sure to check out my episode where I go through all the nominees. Not all. I go through nine impactful categories. And if you want to let us know what you think, and so you can see, the tour of the room coming, you can do that in so many ways, but let me tell you the best ways. Check us out on Instagram or TikTok, A Toast to Film, all one word. Check us out on Twitter at film_toast, or check us out on beautiful YouTube. Just search Toast to Film Podcast. And from Trey and myself, we just wish you a good night and good viewing.